Shorty, it's only you and me. Fuck is you talking about?
Hold on, y'all. Y'all hear Brent in the back, man. I ain't listened to the album yet. My man's Mike put me on, but I gotta tap in. Definitely gotta tap in. So y'all gonna vibe a little bit while we wait for some folks to come in here. I hope y'all having a beautiful day. It's cloudy out here, you feel me? But we still gonna make it do what it do. So hope y'all having a good day, man. We really just about to get it in. Talk about just marketing for real. Talk about marketing in a digital age, man, because social media has revolutionized how businesses market it, and I think people really need to realize that and start doing things themselves instead of relying on others, right? Whole lot of DIY going on in these streets, man. Brent himself built his brand on his dolo. And we got Mike Sound in the building. Yo. Hey, listen. Yeah. I told you I was going live with BMAR, bro. Like, we about to
you with BMAR?
Yeah. He ain't on yet. I'm just waiting for some people to come in. I was letting them hear Brent. And it's funny because Brent fits what we talking about, which is marketing yourself, you know what I mean? Building your fan base, all of that.
Independent way.
Yeah, the independent wave, bro. That's really the new wave of music.
You ain't independent, you can forget it.
That's a fact. Hey, that's a bar. If you ain't independent, you can forget it. Like, if you waiting for someone else to do what you can do for yourself, you might as well charge it to the game, my boy. You might as well go ahead and just, man, go to Wally World, get you a job at $16.50. You feel me? Like, they paying you good. Oh, okay. Hold on. I ain't even see the request, bro. From BMAR, yeah. Go ahead and request it again, bro. Or let me see if I can just add you.
You ain't independent, you might as well go forget it.
Yeah. Greg.
Hello? Nah, gone away now. Hey, man.
Yo.
We good? Word up.
Good.
Let's go, brother. How you doing?
Good, bro. Everything's good, man. You know, me and my boy Mike, he went to the farmer's market. I had to take care of some paperwork. You know what I mean? So, yeah. I figured I'd be on the move while we talk. I ain't got to sit still for that. So,
my boy Mike. What's good, Mike?
Yeah, he on the phone with boy Greg. Yeah.
That's what's up, man.
But yeah, bro, like he put me on the Mike put me on the Brent Fayez while we was going to like this radio interview. And
That nigga not alright.
huh? But he, like, I didn't know that he was independent. You know what I mean? And I'm looking at his discography. I'm listening to the music. What you mean? I'm talking about right here. Like, I ain't saying I've dived in. Like, I ain't on that. But, like, just the quality of the music. Let's say that. The quality of the music. But we on live, man. Yeah. Nah, you ain't wanted to be on the camera. Nah, fam. But, listening to the quality of music and, like, even just reading real quick, I skimmed over it. I ain't did no deep dive yet, but just skimming over his catalog, hearing what he's done through Mike, like, that's the power of independence. And even if you're looking at people like Russ, or even Nipsey before he signed, right? Rest in peace. Or, even you could say Chance the Rapper, but he wasn't really independent. He kind of, yeah, but he had some cheat codes because his people knew Obama, so it's like,
I mean, different shots now.
Yeah. So but this is kind of the new wave. Like, some of these artists are kind of just the start of it. Like, major labels is pretty much dead in the water because even before you get to them, you're still gonna have to build your own fan base. You know what I mean?
100%.
So, yeah, bro. If you don't mind sharing, man, I love to hear kind of like just how you pretty much started as far as like building your online presence and like how you got to, build your fan base, man. I love to hear that.
Yeah, 100%, man. Online presence basically started just putting music out on SoundCloud when I was maybe 2017. I was just fresh out of high school, trying to figure it out. And you know, videos, freestyles, content, new music, obviously elevated over time, platforms progressing like Apple Music and Spotify and new platforms like that. Me and my boy Official Heck from New York, we started a label called Rose Entertainment right here. And
Okay.
that's our label. Ever since then, man, just content, collabs, new ideas. We want to take this from the ground level, like the Rockefellers, like all the greats, man, all the great indie labels. Like you mentioned, Nipsey, Russ, obviously with his new label,
Yeah.
Diamond Records. How they're doing that from the jump, straight from TikTok and TuneCore. That's impressive, and it's possible, and it's inspiration. So basically, man, just loving the art, loving the craft, respecting it, treating it right, learning about it, innovating, and progressing with the times, man. Because technology is crazy right now. So, just trying to really study everything and stay up to date. You know what I mean? That's really it, though. Having fun.
Yeah, man, honestly. And my journey was pretty much the same. I was making music like before, like about 2016, 2017. But 2017 is when I really started dropping music on SoundCloud. A bunch of freestyles. I was going to school at the time, so I would like, I remember I still remember like actually going places and like posting up flyers. You know what I mean? Like I used to go around to the different buildings on campus and like post up my flyer. Did like poetry shows, um, like not rap battles, but kind of like freestyle battle type joints. College used to host those, so I did that. And then from there, kind of just like progressed from there. Like I hosted shows, you know what I mean, on a local level. You know what I mean? I ain't went up there yet. But I hosted local shows. Learned kind of like how to market myself in the digital space. Shout out to my guy Jeremiah Reeves. And originally my brand was actually supposed to be like a pro era, like really like a rap group that eventually turns into other things. But time flies, right? And people have other purposes. And along with this, like been discovering myself also. So relationships been kind of in and out. I've had to learn to deal with some things, but really just like realizing the value of building relationships with people, because ultimately that's what's going to build your brand, right? That's what you do the marketing for. That's why you make content, right? It's to build that personal relationship with the people that rock with you. That's really why we make music, because you can see how a song can change someone's life. You know what I mean? Like so it's that type of relationship, and also what our brand stands for and how we operate that ultimately like builds that relationship. Because I don't even like the word fan no more. You know what I mean? Because fans like they're glorifying you like that. I like the word supporter, because they literally support you in what you're doing. You know what I mean? So like I enjoy saying that more than like a fan per se.
Right.
But yeah, man, that's pretty much just been my journey. Started the brand officially in like 2019. On paper, I started it, and then after that, I kind of just moved to like getting like the website set up. And granted, I ain't do none of this by myself. Like I had a bunch of people that helped me out to get things done. You know what I mean? I had people show me how to build a website, how to get pretty much align everything to where it's an easy experience for your supporters to come through.
Right.
Of course, learning about the craft, because that, hey, if I didn't sharpen that pen, we wouldn't be here. So, yeah, man, it's really just about, opening minds through the music. And honestly, and I think anybody that builds their own brand can say this, showing people that it's possible. You know what I mean? You don't need the machine behind you. You just need a solid plan, the tools to do it, and then the drive to do it. Like that's really it. You know what I mean?
100%.
So I guess we can kind of start with building a brand. So one of the things I always tell people, your brand is who you are. So who are you? You know what I mean? And you, like BMAR, right? You only gonna be here for so long. That's just the nature of how life works. But
Right.
you'll be here forever. Like that idea, that concept. Like even if you, again, I'll go back to Nipsey because I love studying Nipsey. You know what I mean? Like he himself is not here right now, but his ideas, his brand have extended long beyond him. You know what I mean? So I guess you can kind of talk. I guess you can talk about that, man. Just building a brand and really what a brand means to you and the importance of it, especially in a digital age, right? Because anybody can just post a TikTok, but when you have like a, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Nah, you hit the nail right on the head, man. We're only here for a amount of time, but our brands are everlasting, like Walt Disney, Nipsey Hussle, all these amazing mogul minds. It's all from an idea. It all starts from a thought, so a brand, man, is who represents you, like you said, just who you are, what you stand for, what you bring to the world. Like he always says, you probably know this quote, what can I give to the world as opposed to take from it while I'm here? I want to give more as much as possible, more so than I take from the world. So,
Right.
in terms of branding and a business aspect, something that can represent your thoughts, your motives, your intentions, in just one hub, one space of where people can reach it, attain it, and grab it and have it physically, mentally, in a song, sonically. Branding is everything. Branding it's intentional, it's real methodic, and the real ones win. And they're for the people, like you mentioned about the people, like you mentioned the fans, supporters, for the ones who live by this. Like Coca-Cola caters to people who drink that. Nike caters to the people who rock that, and our music has to cater, and our message has to cater to the people who believe in it, are struggling with us, need it for therapeutic reasons. So, like, I'm just backpedaling what you said, really.
Yeah.
Big up in that because that's exactly right. That's what a brand is for real.
Yeah. And along with that, and the music is kind of like a bridge for it also is content. Like,
Yeah.
and I ain't gonna lie, I'm stepping my game up, but bro, I ain't gonna lie, you got the content down pat. Like the way you just the way you do it, the way you market yourself, you know what I mean? Even the quality of it, like, and consistency. Like, so I guess kind of talk about like your content journey, bro, because
Yeah.
I'm learning to kind of get better with it. Because at some point, until you hire a team for that, you're doing it yourself, So
Yeah.
if you got tips, pointers, you know what I mean, for anybody that's making their own content or just kind of talk about your process, bro, go for it.
Yeah. Content, man. It starts out with just an idea, like I said. At first, it was from a place of like innocence, just having fun, like, oh, I'm gonna freestyle over this, so let me put a video out to that. And then I started studying the algorithm, started getting into the business more, and I was like, you know what? Let me start scheduling my content. So maybe every Monday or Tuesday, beginning of the week or weekend, I plan what I want to drop. So maybe Monday I'll drop a freestyle, Tuesday I'll drop a poll or maybe like an interview or a press. Friday, something from an album, a song, a TikTok, lyric video. I think all the content thing is really about strategy and like building a well-oiled machine. Because I'm very like, I wouldn't say OCD. I like to have things in order.
Yeah.
So with the content, I just like to put it all in one little world, make sure everything's working in motion, like a well-oiled machine, and just get your ideas out and have fun. Sometimes it's serious, sometimes it's strategic, or sometimes it can just be spur of the moment. I hear a beat in the car and I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna rap it tonight. I'm gonna post it tonight. I'm gonna put it out and I'm gonna just keep it pushing. In terms of the creative, in terms of business, I think I'm sure we're gonna talk about that. But in the creative side, it's really just thoughts and basically getting the system down because it's easy to fall into the not consistent lane and you forget about it or fall off. And granted, it's your schedule, it's your life, so it's up to artists to decide their I guess their pattern of content. Me, I like to post at least 3 to 5 times, 2 to 3 times, sometimes once if I'm not really inspired or if I have something coming that I know I could take a break for a little. I'm about to hit them next week with more, so content, man, it's just creative, but also strategy, I would say.
Yeah.
So,
And even with content, like it still has to relate to the brand and like what you represent. So that's kind of where like people kind of separate business and creativity, but there's a certain like me and Mike was just talking about this. Like me, Mike, and my other brother Ulysses, he has like a vegan business. There's a creativity in learning how to market yourself too. You know what I mean? Like, even though like we can tell someone who's just real, you feel me, like robotic and like, you know, like you want to be systematic, but you also got to realize that like keep the human in it. You know what I mean? So it's finding different ways to really like engage. And, you know, like you said, it's, you know, that's where the fun part comes in, where you can just do a fun freestyle or kind of do, you know what I mean? Like just get busy with it. And
I like that, the robotic, not to cut you off, but I like how you said that, because a lot of people get caught in that, just doing everything like a list, and they forget the human aspect. So that's a good point.
yeah, man. Like, you know, because I get the ease of access. People can drop content, and just how when the formula is found, they like to stick to it, and that's cool because that you feel me, that works. But I feel like at some point you really have to like put your that's where, you know, like I say, your brand is who you are. Like that's where you got to really put your heart and soul into it. Like don't just do it for the sake of doing it. You know what I mean? And that's kind of where we start to talk about just, you know, marketing for creatives, because you know just as well as I do, bro. Social media double-edged sword, bro. Like that is dope. You know, we can reach our not fans. We can reach our supporters. We can reach people that rock with us. But it's like there's so much content out there. So like, I guess for you, like, how do you like cut through the fat? You know, like at least just on the creative side, because we can probably get to the business side in a second. But yeah.
When you mean cut through the fat, do you mean
like as far as like your like making yourself stand out?
Okay.
As far on a I guess on in the digital space, like how do you make yourself stand out?
To be honest, man, I cater to what I like. I cater to my supporters, and if it transcends and it goes through, it cuts through. You know, I don't necessarily. Granted, there's some virality thought. Like if I freestyle over this new song's beat, maybe I could cut through and it gets people's attention. But more so, man, I just try to keep it authentic. And if my supporters and fans fuck with it, then the algorithm will pick that up and it'll make other people fuck with it too. So what up, Mike? You know, what's cracking? But you know, I try to just cater to the people that I support. I mean, the people that support me, and yeah, usually that's what goes off. Like I remember one time, like I did a pipe down freestyle from Drake by Drake. I just liked that beat. I thought it was ill. You know, I ran some promos on IG for it, and that shit like kind of blew up. It got me a lot of new followers, engagement, and that wasn't like a viral, famous moment. But for me, you know, that was a big win because I attained certain and got some new supporters where I was surprised by. You know what I'm saying? That was a milestone for me. So I would just say, man, catering to who you are, like you said, your brand, just having fun with it. And, you know, I feel like if it's authentic, it'll cut through. Like when Section 80 dropped, like Kendrick, I'm sure he was just being authentic. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure he was just like, let me be different. He knew he was different. He knew he was eclectic. He knew that he was dope. He was like, put this shit out, and then the world will come to me. My supporters will come to me. So I never attained fame or a status like that. You know, I'm not going to front like I reached that level.
Yeah.
But in terms of achievement, I would just say stay authentic and define your own accomplishments and achievements, and it'll trim through, and eventually you'll get right through. And one thing I want to say for all artists out there, if that's cool, what Russ did was he only focused on his supporters and his fans. Solely now was himself. He had all those, to this day, Russ was on the Forbes list. It's like second year of being big. To this day, people are still like, who's Russ? Who's Russ? Who's Russ? And I like that because that shows that he's still catering to his circle, which is a huge circle now. It's a huge fan base. But it's he's not in the limelight. He's not at the cool table necessarily, even though a lot of people fuck with his music and a lot of stars big up it now. But I love that because that's truly indie though right there. You know, mad people fuck with him and rock with him. Those are his supporters though. Like I went to a show in Baltimore, word for word, everybody's singing that joint, singing every song, bro, and it's like it's amazing to see. Like, that's really independent. I was there just like, what the hell's going on? You know, like. So in order to sell out a city, man, he focus on his supporters, and it's like you make your own party. You know, they don't let you through the door. You just leave and you go find another place, bro. Bring your own people, and that shit's inspiring. So I say all that to say, like, focus like on your supporters, like you said earlier, and just build around that. And before you know it, bro, people start seeing that shit. Like, oh shit, this party looks kind of popular over here.
Man, he kind of. Oh, wait a minute. How you know what I mean? Like, yeah.
Exactly, man.
Sure. And you know, like you said, bro, like I ain't this is actually my second Instagram account. But you know, I've never had crazy numbers, you know what I mean? I never sold out. Like, you know, I dropped like a $100 product. I sold a few of them. Like you know what I mean? I built my email list, stuff like that. But you know, those are the small steps you take in order to get to where Russ got to, where, you know, he can sell it. Or like like Brent, he only dropped like a specific number of copies for like a vinyl, you know what I mean? And he's making, like, you know, so it's like all of that stuff takes time, and it's these small steps that we got to take in order to get to that point. And I think that people get caught in the instant gratification of like, oh my God, I'm it now. You know what I mean? People get caught up in that instead of realizing like it's person by person. Like even when you talked about accolades, right? I had a bar once where I said like, I ain't got to stunt hard, I change lives. You know, like I'm not really focused on the look of it, right? I'm more so like, did I impact this person? Was I able to like literally help them change for the better? Whether they like me or not, you know, whatever it may be, because everybody ain't gonna fucking like you, dog. Like let's just keep it a stack. Everybody's not gonna like you. But if you can impact that person and really like help them see better, do better, or like benefit from what you told them, you know, like what you give to the world, right? Like then you've done your job as an artist, you know, and then you just happen to get something given on the back end as far as, you know, I don't know if you believe in universal principles, but, you know, give in order to receive, you know what I'm saying? So that person may not be the person that gives something to you. You might be able to bless this person with what you have now. And then a year later, somebody might drop like a random bag off to you just because, you know, that's how it comes full circle.
Right.
So how long did it take you as far as like setting up your business structure for the label? Because I was lucky enough to have like other people that were either involved in the industry or kind of knew the tricks. Not industry per se, but more like the paperwork of it, like royalties, like copy, like contracts. You know what I mean? Like talk about that process a little bit, because I know I don't have a label at this present moment, but that is something that I help artists with, is like having their own paperwork all together, so that if they do go out and do those things, they're squared away, they ready.
Yeah. We've been at this for about 2 years now, probably 2.5 years. I'll say our label, Gutter Rose Entertainment. I'd say the first year was spitballing, content, videos, music, having fun, getting our feet wet, seeing what we could do. The second year is when I really got into digital marketing, Facebook ads, Instagram ads, TikTok, the algorithms, you know?
Yeah.
We were learning as we were going. You know, 1 week, a song would get 400 plays. The next week, 1,200, you know, 3,000. And we're like, okay, cool. Like, my boy Heck, he's more of the artist, graphic artist.
Okay.
Images, visuals. He plays a lot of, like, he shoots our videos. He does the visual aspect. And
yeah, send me his IG. I'll check him out.
Definitely. You guys got to have a conversation, too. He's dope.
Word.
Yeah, definitely. So he's, like, the visuals, the image, the logo. Like, he created the logo. He's in, you know, he runs shit in terms of, like, the visual aspect. And in terms of the music and the marketing and the branding and how we spend money and ads and all that, I feel like that's where I step into play. So we know our roles, we respect it, we teach each other, we learn. I would say it probably took about a good 1.5 years, 2 years where I'm like, I think I have a nice, well-oiled system where I can keep putting money in, seeing better results, organic methods of engagement and gaining new supporters and getting the brand out there.
Right.
Oh, and shit, man, I'm not even where I want to be. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I had the funds where I wanted to, like that I wanted, I could really fuck shit up. And I mean that like humbly, because
No,
that's
the whole point of us starting at this point, because now like you see what work, what don't. You got the blueprint, so it's like, oh, if I get art, just as well as I do, bro. If you get 10 racks right now, you know exactly where to put it. You feel me? Like, like it's up. You know what I mean? So, but it takes time, it takes experience, like playing with the algorithm, knowing how to run ads, like, because you know that targeting is crazy. Like that targeting is everything. You know what I mean? So, even Mike was telling me how like Brent, he basically, he did what we were supposed to do, which is use the ads to target and then go to the cities where you targeted. You feel me? Like that's what you're supposed to do,
I was gonna bring that up actually. I seen a YouTube video about Brent Faz's manager. You probably seen the same video, but you're talking about it right now. They picked their biggest super cities on Spotify, the top 10, like top 30. $15 a day into the city to push his music. And once they generated more people to see the ads, they add to book a tour. And they just kept doing that. They did that around the U.S., L.A., New York, Chicago, cities. And then they went to Europe, South America. Like, bro, this shit is so attainable. You know what I'm saying? Have good product, good music, know how to learn these systems, learn the Facebook ads, like, it takes time to learn, man. Like, shit, I remember I used to, when I was younger, man, 17, like that IG, instant gratification, talking about, like, you wanted the answers like that growing up. Instant gratification, you want to get approved. Now I find myself watching 5-hour seminars about how to do shit and just learn, because it's like this info, that 5 hours of time can take you 25 years down where you need to be in life. So, I definitely say
priceless, bro. Like, I had a brother, his name is Jeremiah Reeves. He pretty much taught me the 1-2 as far as how to market online, like what the Facebook ads actually do, how to target, things like retargeting ads, you know what I mean? Like all of that stuff, how to like, even like for $1 a day, like you can grow your fan base with digital ads, you know what I mean? Even with Google ads, I helped somebody grow their YouTube channel, you know what I mean? Of course they did stuff on the back end. And I know that like ads are great, but it's ads along with the other work you're doing that really starts to make your numbers grow. Like if you run an ad and they interact with your content, you should hit them a DM or, interact with them in some way, follow them, whatever like that, like, because at the end of the day, these are still people. You still got to build a relationship with these people. Like, you just happen to be in front of them. Or even like if people are already following you, you can run ads for them also.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's so, like it's really like once you learn these things and even the ways they innovating now, like you don't need like you're your own machine, like you hire the personnel. Like, like you said, you got everybody pretty much at every step of the journey to kind of help you with whatever. So now it's like, okay, all right, I got the single. All right, boom, you do the graphics. All right, bet you can shoot the video. All right, bet I'm on the ads. Let's rock. Like, you know what I mean? And I think everyone can really get to that. I think everybody is capable of that. It's just, taking the time to learn. That's it.
Yeah.
Taking time to learn.
Yep. Time to learn, experience. The more you do it, the more you become better at it with anything in life. And, and in this business too, this world, especially digital marketing and the music industry, it's about money as well and connections. If you have the money to go to people, like I believe Russ said in the interview, he's like, there's two people that run this industry. I
remember the interview. Yeah.
He's like, there's a dude at Spotify and there's a dude at Apple. You got money and you know them, you're in the top hits playlist for the month. And it's like, it's business. This whole shit is a market share. This whole thing is market share, and it's But like you said, that's on the business side. But in terms of being an artist and being a human being, it's about the connection. You know,
Right.
so if you have that connection, that's how you get the Kendrick Lamars. That's how you get the Weekends. That's how you get Drakes. You know what I'm saying? And people like that, because you can have the best marketing, the best business, the most money, but like, yo, if your shit ain't connecting, you're gonna fade away. You know
That's
what
a
I'm saying?
fact.
That's how you get the mic sounds.
You know what I'm saying? That's how you get the mic
mic
sound.
sounds, bro.
BMARs, you feel
Yeah.
me?
Take
And
the
yeah,
mic.
bro, that's even with like, nah, you hit the nail on the head, man. Like, just like really connecting with people, like, because overall, boy, bro, my bad, man. This man Mike funny, yo. But even in terms of I this is what I was gonna say. I think that those platforms are important, but I've really been on this wave of like building my own platform. Like how can I, like, of course, you know, they've been kind of on me on this, about still utilizing their platforms to build your own. I really don't want to mess with these streaming platforms because we don't get paid for that joint. Like, I'd rather just direct you to my site or whatever like that. But I know that to deny the power these platforms has is foolish. So that's kind of like a fight I'm having right now. Like, do I really want to fuck with this? Not really, you know?
Yeah.
But eventually you would want to use Spotify and Apple to build your own platform, right? You know, you kind of use that, like, for any artist that's watching, your music is the top of the funnel, period. Like,
Yeah.
your music is the first thing that people are going to engage with, right? So even I'll use BMAR as an example, right? Even with him, like with his content, the main thing content is his music.
Mm-hmm.
And then from there, they're like, oh, yo, man, who's this guy? Yo, this was dope. He had the lyrics. The song is fire. Hold on, let me follow him right quick. And then that's when the relationship starts to build. So it's really like, you eventually you really want your own platform. And I know that it takes time to do that, but it's really doing that legwork to get to that point, because you can't rely on Spotify and IG and the Twitter. You can't rely on them forever because they're not going to be here forever. MySpace came and went. Looked like Facebook about to come and go. You know what I mean? Maybe Meta will stay, but Facebook, we gonna. So it's like, I listen, man. I'm big on just creating your own platform, man. Like, whether it's a Patreon or they subscribe to your site or something.
Yeah.
Because you want to be in control of your own data.
Ownership, right?
Yeah.
Ownership. I love that, man. Shit. I mean, I don't even think in that space for real, and that's something that I'm probably gonna start thinking now too. Like having your own hive. You know what I'm saying? Being in charge of that. That's what Jay-Z did. You know, he went to he had Rockefeller. He was partnered with Def Jam, correct?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he was. Yeah.
Yep. You know, Leor Combs and all of them. He used them, build them relationships, learn, study the game, went inside, and then Tidal.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Made Tidal, man. Like Tidal was in the conversation with Apple Music, Spotify, SoundCloud. Like he really did that shit. And you know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying, man? I'll do the same thing, because you mentioned utilizing these other platforms to get that. He was putting his music on iTunes. He was putting his music on Spotify, and then once he got that leverage and he had the connections and the information to do it, they launched Tidal with the Life of Pablo release, and that shit cracked and it broke the app. You know what I'm saying? So
even before then, when he dropped, he did something crazy. So,
Magna Carta, right? With the
that joke was crazy, bro.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
What he did?
So when he dropped Magna Carta, what he did was, it was exclusively on this phone. So if you bought the phone, you got the album.
The BlackBerry, wasn't it?
No, it was a Samsung.
Oh yeah, it's Samsung.
Yeah,
because he had a deal with Samsung. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. So you know what I mean, like stuff like that, where you build your own fan base, so you can leverage it for these other platforms. Like, okay, boom, you can show me you got this type of engagement rate, or these amount of people on your list, and they engaging and they buying product. You can show them like hard sales essentially,
Yeah.
Now you're like, okay, you can go to a venue and be like, hey, this who rock with me. They're in this area. How much for a show?
Yeah.
Let alone who else they bring in. You feel me? So it's like creating that type of leverage. And the blueprint has been left. You know what I mean? It's just about following it.
Yeah.
The game don't really change. Like, it changed forms, but you know, it kind of stays the same. You just got to realize the different ways it's played. You know.
You know what's so crazy now, man? You can literally just have a TikTok account with a lot of traction, and fucking McDonald's will reach out to you.
Yeah,
It's
TikTok
fucking
is definitely a way to blow up, bro. Like if
it's
you
wild.
consistent on there, at least post like once a day, and your content is unique, like the algorithm loves you. One thing I love about TikTok is that there's a specific list for people that you follow. So the people that follow you, they can literally just go over to the tab and watch you. You know what I mean? Especially if you're consistent with content, that's all they're gonna see. So yeah, TikTok is a good platform, man. And for somebody like me who be on the conscious wave, it's not as censored, so I can kind of say what I want. But yeah, it's, you know, for anybody that's an artist, or even just a business in general, like, or looking to build your platform, like TikTok is a good place to start. And I think like 1,000 followers, you can go live. So
yeah, that's awesome. I want to stick to the branding aspect if we could.
yeah.
One artist, man, who was really, really, really excellent at branding and collabing, Travis Scott, man. McDonald's, Nike, what was the cereal he was on again? Reese's Puffs.
Yeah. He really did. Reese's Puffs. I forgot about
it. He literally, I saw a video on YouTube, and it was about like how to brand as an artist, collab with brands, and they used Travis Scott as like the prime example in the video. And yo, there was like 12 different sponsorships he had. I didn't even know. He did a PlayStation one, I believe, too. Fortnite.
Oh yeah, Fortnite. Yep, because he did a concert in Fortnite.
He did the Fortnite and he got a shoe.
He got a shoe.
Yeah,
Nike. The Nike, yeah.
PlayStation shoe on the back of it.
Yup. I'm telling you.
Leverage.
Leverage.
Yo, that's crazy.
He literally just picked things he was interested in, but he had the leverage to begin with. So of course they're gonna give Travis Scott that. Every kid's eyes on him. You
Yeah, exactly.
So you know, and he had the biggest Budweiser. I think it was like a Budweiser brand beer, the biggest distribution deal ever for Cacti. He has a brand called Cacti. It's like a seltzer, like a it's like a little seltzer, like a drink.
Okay.
That was like the biggest like Budweiser brand deal ever, period. And that shit is good. I tried it too. It's a good drink.
Oh, you done bought into the marketing. Damn, that's tough.
I had to.
Yeah, nah, for sure. But yeah, like you said, you know, it's the value of like, but like you said, he picked everything that he himself rocked with. You feel me? So it's like the things that he decided to partner with was based on what his brand already was.
Exactly.
So, you know, it's really just essentially like with your brand. That's why, you know, I see the blend between business and creativity is like what your business is essentially your intention. Like what is like, so, you know what I mean? And your intention is based on who you are, right? So that's kind of how you need to structure your brand. Like that's how you really need to like approach it because, you know, if it's authentic to you, it's going to be successful regardless. You know what I mean? It might take more time. Everybody may not rock with it, but that's where things like targeting come in. That's where things like, you know, your ads, how you tailor your content, things like your website translates, of course, to the music, right? That's where you can really like build yourself. You know what I mean? Because once you know like what your intention is, it's easier to build the business parts. You know, so people trying to be, that's why I said like people trying to be robotic with it, they're not really going to be successful anyway. Because it's like what you're trying to do is still based on who you are anyway. So like you might as well go ahead, you know, heal all that gunk, you know, figure out what you want to do and then build your business around it. And you know, the authentic people going to come. You know, even, yeah, bro.
I was gonna say the 2 A's, man. Authenticity and action. You know what I mean? Like be yourself and just take action with it for real. Like
I'm about to tweet that.
Hell yeah.
I'm about to tweet that, but that's a
Hey,
fact.
hey yo, little secret, I just made that up.
Oh, you listen. Nah, when I when I hear stuff like that, like I always quote the person. You know what I mean? I'll credit what credit is due. You know what I mean? Got to.
I mean, shit,
That's
bro. You're saying all the right things, though, man. You're like, be your fucking self, and then take action with it, and they'll come to you.
yeah.
Tell
That's
you, bro.
it.
Like,
That's really it. You know. And we're gonna like. That's kind of where the independent wave comes in because people have to like to get on some of these major platforms. They essentially have to like sell their soul or like you know be in. I said air quotes. Calm down.
compromise their integrity for a bag.
Exactly.
You know.
And me and Mike was watching the interview with Russ when he was talking to the owner of you.
The one he sent.
Yeah, the one you sent him.
The United Masters interview with Steve Stout.
Yeah.
Yep. I already know. He was like, I'm not selling my soul for this.
Yeah, he not compromising his integrity for none of that. And he, yo, I love just how Russ just keep it a stat, bro.
Keep
like,
it a buck, bro.
Corners are nothing,
buck, bro.
Yeah.
Keeps it a buck. And we need people like that. That's a pioneer. You know who else was a big pioneer like that? Nipsey motherfucking Hussle, bro. Nipsey was a pioneer, bro. He kept it real.
Tell you.
And
I know fuck the middleman. I'm building my joint. Like this, like before he did a partnership deal with Atlantic. He ain't signed to Atlantic. He did a partnership.
I know.
Like, so you know what I mean? Like, ask us. Like, he did not have to sign with them. Like, he chose that because he was already like he stuck to his fan base. He catered to them. The stuff he was doing with as far as his brand and technology, like he was doing his thing. Yeah. So it's like and we can name countless other people. You can keep going. You know what I mean? Even Chance before he did his deals, the Diddy's, the Rockefellers.
Master P had one of the best deals in hip hop ever, bro.
Bro, 80. What he did? I think 80, he did 80-20.
80-20.
80-20, dog.
How the fuck in like 1990 something?
Yeah.
20.
Not to mention all the other stuff. He besides that, he's the king of making products.
Oh yeah.
That man got so many products. The Rap Snacks is taking off. He used to make I think he's making cereals, he making ramen noodles, just like he did shoes, he played in the NBA, like
yeah, wasn't he on the Magic?
Yeah. I forgot I think it was only like a year or two, but yeah, he played Percy Miller.
Miller.
Man, so
GOAT, man. The GOAT.
Yeah. So these examples have been out here, man, and I think now like people are just waking up to the fact that they like, even going back to the streaming platforms, they need us. We don't need them.
Yeah.
Because I was, like I said, I was wrestling with even rocking with the platforms, and I'm looking at it like and just hearing both sides of it, seeing like, okay, of course you get the exposure, the ease of access. But then when you only get paid a percentage of a cent, and then if you don't collect your royalties, the person who will stream the most gets the majority of the royalties, let alone like just working with like a TuneCore or like a DistroKid if you're, just depending on, I guess, how you structure your business. Like, I'm like, what's the value in it? But they need you. Like, if there wasn't no artist, nobody, you know what I mean? Spotify would be out of business. Apple Music would be out of business. So, like, that's how, like,
a good point.
Back to what Russ said in the interview. Like, if these bigger artists realize the leverage that they had just being who they are, they realize they don't need these people. Like, how many, bruh, really, how many people you think Drake breaking bread with? like, yo, hold on, my phone.
Come on, man.
Drake breaking bread with.
I think it was in that same interview, bro. And the reason I'm just like, because like, bro, it's like simple common sense. Like, you're fucking Rihanna. You don't need to be on a label. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, you're Rihanna. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're fucking. I think in that same interview, Steve Stout said, I think it was either like, I forgot the artist. I think it was like Neo or somebody, or fucking one of those artists came up to him and was like, no, it was Usher. It was Usher in that Russ interview. And he was like, yo, like, what should I do with this label, blah, blah. And then Steve Stout was like, you're Usher. What the fuck do you mean? You don't need, like, you don't need nobody. Like straight up, like, you're fucking Usher, bro. Like, what do you do? Like, it's just crazy to me. Like, they really, I don't know if it's an agreement or a deal they contractually signed that makes them prevent them from, you know, moving on to that next level. But it probably is most likely. It's probably some contractual legality shit that you can't get into. Maybe even something deeper that I don't want to get into right now. I already know what you want.
My name Bennett. I ain't in it. We talking about music.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, I feel like there's something else that is like, they have to realize their worth. You know what I'm saying? They have to realize what the fuck they bring to the table. They're not no Joe Schmo, bro. Like, you're Rihanna. You're fucking Usher. You know what I mean? So I think it's best, like, the way Russ goes about it is, like, you don't even get involved with that mess anyway to begin with. Now you have no ties. You have no twists and tangles. You can just move freely and just build your shit from the ground. Like you said earlier, it may take more time, but it's worth it. You know,
right?
So I 100% agree with that.
My guy, Blue Flames James, he's a producer. He's dope. We was talking at a show, and he was like, you know, think of artist careers like an incline. Like, the sharper the incline, the sharper the decline.
Yeah.
But if it's like a steady slope, then that means the other side is going to be very steady. So, you know what I mean? Like, you take maybe like another 2-3 years to get your incline, you know what I mean, to do your thing. But once you get to your peak, you get to sustain it longer because you took the, you know what I mean? So
yeah, it's more gradual. It's a gradual.
Yeah, exactly. So, and even one little dude I knew, his name is Bungie. He's an artist too. He said, like, yo, like, the longer you take, the better your career is for real. Like, because it's gonna last forever. You know what I mean? So, and you know, I forgot Currency.
Oh yeah, Currencies. Yeah, hell yeah. Independent.
Yeah. Catered strictly to his crowd. Like, I forgot about bruh.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Currency.
Wiz did low key too. I don't know if he's still on the label now, but I think Wiz kind of took the same direction.
Yeah, when Wiz was doing the whole Rostrum Records and shit, you know what I mean? That 2011 wave was the shit, man. Like Currency, early Mac Miller, Wiz, even like early TDE with the whole Schoolboy album and early Kendrick.
Yeah.
That whole wave of like the blog era with like all them early artists, fucking even Wale, like even like MMG and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, them motherfuckers were ripping shit, bro. That's when I was first getting into the music. Like, I wasn't making it at the time, but I was kind of studying the shit. And I noticed, like, now that I look back on it, I noticed all the indie motherfuckers were the illest. The only people on my playlist were indie. Meek Mill. Fucking, even Drake at the time, when he was still just fucking with, like just shit. Like, you know, when Drake first came out, Young Money, like, that whole wave of just, like, young bosses, man. People just doing shit that they want. You know, it was just raw. It's like what hip-hop was supposed to be. NWA coming out saying, fuck everybody, we're about to run this shit. It's just authentic. It goes back to what we're talking about, authenticity. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, yeah, man. Like, yeah, Currency was a beast. Fuck Currency.
Yeah, still is. And see, the thing that make me mad about Currency is whoever making his beats, I need to hire them. Because them gonna be this dog. Like,
Move, bro.
What?
You know what's funny? That you mentioned that I used to, when I first started rapping, I had no idea what a Currency was, who the fuck Currency was. I used to go on YouTube and I used to just be like, I used to see like type beats because I was trying to rap.
Yeah.
And it would always say Currency type beats. I thought that was like a producer or some artist, or I didn't know what the fuck was going on. But I was 17, just like smoking weed, listening to these beats. I'm like, yo, what the fuck? Like, these shits are crazy. Mad soulful, just like smooth, chill. And, you know, I got into him eventually and I was like, that motherfucker, bro, he's ill. Where's he from again? Louisiana or like the South, right?
No, he from Cali, bro. I believe. So. I think so.
Okay.
He from New Orleans?
Yeah, New Orleans, yeah. Yeah.
Because I guess I always associate him with like Dom Kennedy, like
the
West Side artist.
Yeah.
West artist, yeah.
That's why I was confused too, because I didn't know where he was from, because it's got that West Coast sound.
Yeah, he from New Orleans.
Yeah.
That makes it even better though. Boy, fuck you, boy. Hey, that's a good though. You from the the South got it, man. I don't know about the
South got it, bro.
Hey,
Shit, even y'all in South Carolina, right?
yeah.
Dude, every time Mike shows me some new artists or some new music from where you guys are from, it's just like y'all just add some different fucking ingredient. Like it's some different shit. It's like fucking meaning. You know what I'm saying? Like we hear shit from New York and we hear shit from, and no disrespect to these regions, but when you hear music, even just the click out of y'all, you, Mike, Greg, anybody in that clique, Jay Smith, it's like y'all have like this. It's like a story behind it when y'all execute y'all shit, and that's super dope. And
I'm about to cry. But nah, I appreciate that, bro. Seriously, like
That's because we eat collard greens down here.
you did. We eat collard greens and poking.
It's the cornbread.
Cornbread. That cornbread, that's the real ingredient.
Yo, not the cornbread. Hey, we was busting down some cornbread the other week. That was crazy. Yo. But no, bro, it's just,
Y'all got that soul, man.
Hey man, it's people it's authentic people telling stories, man. Like that's all it is, So
yeah.
But I ain't gonna cap. My phone finna die and I ain't got no charger, so I think we can kind of just call it here, bro.
Okay.
This was a super dope convo. Like honestly, just let me know. Just let me know what you need as far as the feature, bro. Like just hit my line, tell me what the concept is, and I'll send you something, bro. Like don't even worry about that, cause like I ain't gonna cap. I wanted to put more value in myself. But then Mike was like, yeah, BMAR came to the crib, he slept over. I'm like, oh, he filmed, so why the fuck? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I was like, yeah. I told him as soon as he told me, I was like, man, I felt bad saying that shit, man.
No,
Like,
man, I didn't take it that way. You're a business, bro. You're a brand, so like I respected your answer, bro, and I understand, you know what I'm saying? So this convo alone though was a lot of value for me. I learned shit from you that I didn't know.
Bro, you listen. You taught me a whole lot. Like I just enjoy like hearing other independents because like it lets me know that we not alone in this thing. Like
right.
Like there's somebody else who's also studying and taking notes and learning how to apply and innovating. You know what I mean? Like
yeah.
So for sure.
What you said about the having your own platform, that that one struck me though, because I'm like I never thought of that. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm just trying to navigate around what we have, but I never thought about what we can make. You know what I'm saying? So that's real. That's real shit.
Yeah, bro. Because at the end of the day, I mean, that's what we gonna want to do. Because in order for us to make them like on some business shit, in order for us to make the most money, we're gonna need our own platform. Like, because if we on their shit, they gonna get a cut somewhere.
Yeah.
So like, this is where things like an email list come in. This is where like a Patreon, you feel me? Like, or like some kind of, the subscription model. People using that or like building your own app. Like that's kind of where that's where I see things going. Like people being on their own shit rather than relying on them, and they have to come to us. Like that's the direction that I always like incentivize / make people think about, like, because that's where the power is. The power is you. So yo shit, like,
Yeah. 100%, bro. I appreciate it. This is dope. You know what I'm saying? I learned a lot. I'm glad the people got to tap in.
Yeah, for sure.
And just listen to our thoughts, man, and listen to the info. So
yeah, for sure, bro. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, bro. If just send me the concept, bro. I'll send you something. So it's gonna be what it's gonna be.
No, most definitely. I'm looking forward to it, bro.
Yeah, for sure.
Word up. All right, brother. Thank you, man.
All right, thank you, bro. Peace.
Yep.